I was watching the news, and according to most of the mainstream media, Donald Trump just said that illegal aliens are animals. So is that true? Let's go to the tape.
There could be an MS-13 gang member I know about. If they don't reach a certain threshold, I cannot tell ICE about them.
Yeah.
We have people coming into the country or trying to come in. We're stopping a lot of them. But we're taking people out of the country. You wouldn't believe how bad these people are. These aren't people. These are animals. And we're taking them out of the country at a level and at a rate that's never happened before.
Okay, so they got it wrong. So what did the media say about using what the president had said completely out of context?
I see nothing. I know nothing.
Okay, so the media did not own up to its mistake. Too much confirmation bias, I guess. But surely the Democrats, as the pillar of tolerance and social justice they aspire to be, they must have defended the president for his condemnation of these brutal gangs. Here's Nancy Pelosi.
That we're all God's children. There's a spark of divinity in every person on earth, and that we all have to recognize that as we respect the dignity and worth of every person, and as we recognize our responsibilities with that spark of divinity within us. And so when the President of the United States says about undocumented immigrants, these aren't people, these are animals, you have to wonder, does he not believe in the spark of divinity, the dignity and worth of every person?
It's too bad that Nancy does not seem to attach the spark of divinity to the unborn. I guess she believes that the spark isn't actually installed until after the baby exits the uterus. Now, personally, I do believe that it is insulting to compare this gang to animals. Here's a few examples of their handiwork. A gang pimp ordered a baseball bat beating of an underage prostitute. Gang members brutally murdered a Maryland man by stabbing him more than 100 times, then beheading him, dismembering him, and cutting out his heart. 2 young girls in New York were killed by gang members, swinging baseball bats and machetes at them as they were running for their lives. A female gang member laughed as a victim was murdered. She had lured the man whom she had mistakenly identified as a rival gang member to a Maryland park for sex, where he was stabbed 153 times. A 14-year-old Texas boy was hacked to death with machete by 4 gang members. A murder of a teen after a Facebook post. As this attack began, the gang leaders filmed the brutal beating and murder to send it to their leaders in El Salvador. The victim was stabbed with a pocket knife so many times that you could see his intestines. That was just 5 examples of a long list of appalling crimes. It is offensive to compare such horror and cruelty to the actions of animals. Animals kill, but they do it without malice. Only the worst of humanity are capable of such an obscene level of horrible brutality. President Trump was wrong. The worst of humanity are not animals. They are monsters.
If you wish to join the quest for knowledge, the battle for truth, please hit the like button, recommend my channel to others, and of course, subscribe. Thank you kindly.